So, when you think about Germany, the first thing that comes to mind is different culture, a lot of castles, a lot of cities with beautiful different structures, architecture, and other parts of it. But there are some things that are different from other countries, which you shouldn't do in there. So, let's look up at it and find what those things are.
So some of these things are a little more serious and some of them are going to be pretty funny, so let's just get right into it.
Alright, number one, you should never recycle, wrong or throw away your Pfand.
Pfand!
So
Yeah, that is a great thing about Germans. I really like that for them. They are really green with their country. They tend to look after their nature, their forests, and the clean places around them, their houses. So I like this about Germany and I agree totally with this. So don't litter, people.
Germany is a pretty green country and people tend to take their recycling pretty serious. So if you're here, you should not just throw everything in one bucket, but separate it between plastic, metal, paper, rest and all that good stuff. I don't even know.
Even though it could get sometimes a bit boring and frustrating when you don't find the different recycling bins, but sometimes it is really good and really helpful for you and for your environment. So if you want to breathe freely, do this thing.
How many there are.
So Pfand is a deposit where you pay a little extra on bottles or cans and you'll usually return them at a little machine in the supermarkets where you get a voucher and your money back for doing a good thing.
So there is one rule like this in Germany. Okay, it's better than American tax, sale tax, of course, but still you get your money back. You don't have to just pay and not take your money anymore. So you just go and put your bottle back and you get the money. That's a good thing. You take like a little coupon, as I see, a piece of paper. Okay.
So never throw away your Pfand bottle. Pfand!
Number two, you should never drive on the left or the middle lane of the Autobahn. There's actually a law in place that requires you to drive on the right lane on the Autobahn at all times unless you're overtaking somebody. So if you're not planning to go super fast and overtake a lot of people, you're required to drive on the right lane. So don't drive in the middle or the left lane slowly and block traffic because
Okay, I understand this law, but the problem with this, I think, is that if you are just driving fast, is it allowed just to keep driving fast? Is that the fast lane, or is it not allowed to just keep driving fast? What about the middle lane? Why is not allowed to drive in the middle lane? I don't understand this law, to be honest. But let's keep looking at it and hope we'll find out.
will get aggressive.
And honk. Number three, don't walk in the bicycle lanes. In Germany, there are a lot of different bicycle lanes in and out of the city, and especially in student towns, there'll be a lot of bikers. So don't walk in them. Walk in the pedestrian.
Yeah, still agree with this. This is a great thing. These are common sense things, to be honest. They are not something something I had never heard before about Germany. Till now, it's common sense. I don't find anything surprising.
Zones or a sidewalk, that's what they're for.
Number four, do not address strangers using their first name. It is kind of funny, but in Germany for the word you, if you address somebody, we have two versions. There is du and there is sie. And sie is a polite version. It also implies that sie, you're on a last...
Okay, this got me. This is something I never heard before. This is something strange, to be honest, for me. But it's good to have this kind of pronunciations for different people. For example, for do, informal. For your friends, as I see, sie. Am I saying it right? Leave a comment down below and tell me. Okay.
Last name basis. So that is the polite version to use. And if you meet somebody for the first time, or especially an elder person, you use the polite form. You do not use their first name. You are on a last name basis and use the sie instead of the du. And if you get to know a person very well and you're on a friend basis, on a first name basis, then it's fine to use the first name and the du. Du Diana.
Du Diana. Number 5, don't use public transportation without a ticket. A lot of the public transportation systems are controlled a lot, and there'll be men and women who just appear once the ride has started to check on everyone to see if they have a ticket.
Yeah, they're undercover, and the fines are usually kind of high or out of proportion with the ticket.
This is a good thing also, because plus it's some common sense. It's not something wow for Germany. No one should take a train without a ticket. Who does that? It's just something out of the ordinary. It's something, it's like theft. You are trying to steal. But anyway, it's something common sense, nothing wow. Just one thing till now that is something I have never heard before in other countries, but let's keep going, let's keep looking at it.
Prices.
Yeah.
A number I always have in my mind is 60 euros, but nowadays it might be even more, like 80 or 100.
It's not worth it.
Okay, number 6, and this is a little bit more of a serious one. You should never show the Nazi salute or joke about Nazis in Germany. Of course, because of the history in Germany, it's kind of a forbidden thing to do, and most of the Germans nowadays were kind of raised by this post-World War II anti-Nazi generation. If another person comes to the country and does anything Nazi related, it's so out of our minds that it's so weird that the world still thinks that. So that's quite offensive, and you should never ever do that. And by the way, the same thing.
Yeah, this is a good thing also, because why should you do that? Why should you mock other people for their past? It's something they have gone through and they have left behind. No need to remember it anymore. So just keep up in the future and don't offend other people. It's common sense also. I don't know why these are making this kind of, wow, these 16 things not to do in Germany. Is no need for that kind of title, and no need to make this in a video, to be honest, from what I think, but some people don't know these things.
Also applies to sing the old version of the national anthem. And I think around the world a couple of people still think that might be it. And it's the one with the Deutschland, Deutschland über alles. That is the Nazi anthem. You're not allowed to sing that anymore. The real one is Einigkeit und Recht und Freiheit, blah blah blah. That's the newer national anthem, and that's the only one that's supposed to be sung in Germany.
Number 7, don't gossip in English in public. Most Germans have a very decent grasp of English, and they'll probably understand you. I know it's very common when people go to other countries, they tend to gossip in another language. I've heard it spoken in different languages all the time, and it's a little uncomfortable and embarrassing when other people understand you. So
yeah, this is something I still agree. I agree with almost all of them, but the thing here is that when you go to another country, don't expect that no one knows English. At least maybe for some countries is 40, some countries 30% of them, but in Germany there is 56% of the population who knows English. So don't try to get along with it, so just tend to stay quiet, and if you want to gossip, go gossip in your hotel room.
avoid uncomfortable situations like that, gossip behind their back.
Number 8. You should never disrespect the German quiet hours. So every day, or rather every night from 10 p.m. till 6 or 7 a.m. the next morning, in Germany, by law, there are quiet hours. So you're not supposed to like play loud music, do construction or anything like that. Most of the country kind of abides by that rule, which means there's very little noise pollution during the night when you're trying to sleep or relax. And I think it's a kind of a nice thing. So if you do that, the Germans probably will call the police on you because they think they're in the right, and they do that and the police knocks and like, turn it down. Never ever disrespect the quiet hours.
Yeah.
Alright, so before we continue with the...
Number 9, don't solely rely on credit card payments. In Germany, there's still a lot of things that are pretty cash-based, and sometimes your credit card will even be rejected from a stall, a bakery, or a vendor. So it's important to note and make sure you have cash on you. So
Why does that happen? Because in a lot of countries I have been to, there is no problem with that. So this is something that surprises me about Germany. Why do they not all accept credit cards? Almost every place where I have been to, every store, every country, all accept credit cards, even carburants. But here in Germany is something different. They need money, cash.
10, don't expect small talk. If you're from the South and you're used to the good old Southern American small talk, that's not going to happen. And it's not trying to be rude, it's just a cultural difference. So don't expect to chat with a random stranger about the weather or something.
Number 11.
Okay, this surprises me. This surprised me. So you cannot make new friends that easily in Germany. It's a bit more hard than in other countries. So
Is do not expect free water anywhere. So if you're used to the American way, you go to a restaurant and the waiter comes right away with a nice bucket of cold ass water and refills you for free all evening long. That is not a thing in Germany and you should not expect that. I think it's quite of a dumb thing, but water in German restaurants is quite expensive and most of the times even bubbly.
Sprudelwasser.
So in some places you could actually ask for
how was that? Sprudelwasser? Okay, Sprudelwasser. Sprudelwasser means bubbly water. What about Wasser? Does it mean water? Okay, I think I got it.
tap water and potentially get it for free, but a lot of places don't even do that, and if they do, it might be a little frowned upon, but in general you should not expect free water everywhere. Number 12. Do not enter a house with your shoes on. So all around Germany it's pretty common to take off your shoes if you enter somebody
Yes, I
else.
understand this, because why should you enter with your shoes? They just cleaned up the place. You shouldn't make their place dirty. So come on, people, just find something else to do. Take your shoes off, no problem at all. It's not so big deal. It's not a big deal at all. Just take your shoes off, man.
Else's house, or at least you should ask if you should take your shoes off. And sometimes they say no, you don't have to, but a lot of times people take their shoes off right at the entrance, leave them there, and then just walk around in your socks.
Leave your dirty shoes in the front.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious how many of the households do that. I would say the majority of the households in Germany do that thing and do not walk around with their shoes on. Maybe let us know in the comments below if you had to take your shoes off at your parents' house or how you do it at the moment.
So number 13, don't give advance birthday wishes. Even if it's a day before someone's birthday and you will not see them on their birthday, do not wish them a happy birthday.
It's not their birthday yet.
I learned that after coming to Germany. You are not allowed to wish them a happy birthday until on their birthday or after their birthday.
Yeah, and
I've heard about this. Some Germans have a kind of belief that if you say to them happy birthday 1 or 2 days before their birthday, they think they are going to die faster. I don't know what kind, it was a superstition. I don't know what kind of superstition that was, but I don't remember it 100%, but leave it down in the comment. If you are German, tell me. I don't remember it, so maybe can refresh my memory.
surprised to learn in the US that a lot of people do that actually.
Some people will have a party a week in advance if that just works with their schedule.
So much bad luck. Number 14 is kind of a very serious one. You should never ever expect to be dressed in a sauna on every beach. Alright, this is kind of a funny one. We just wanted to throw that in there. In Germany, in a sauna, usually you are naked. You go in with a towel and then you take it off or whatever, but you are actually not allowed to wear any clothing. If you wear clothing in there, people can get the whatever security or supervisors and they'll throw you out or make you undress.
You must be naked.
What is this rule? Okay, I don't agree with this one. I would never go to sauna with this rule. You know, it's really embarrassing. People going there naked all together. I don't know who does that, but I can't do that. Okay, Germans, I'm out with this one. You're on your own.
Naked.
Yeah, there are also parts of beaches in Germany that are especially for nakedness, nudity.
Beaches.
Yeah, nude beaches. We call it FKK, Freikörperkultur. And on these beaches, you have to be naked. It's not allowed to wear any clothes.
Like fully naked?
Yeah, fully naked.
Yeah, so I've yet to go to a nude beach or a nude sauna, but I'm open to it.
Ho ho. Should I be concerned?
Why?
Why?
It's gonna be a whole bunch of older people. So number 15, don't abandon your shopping cart. I feel like in the US sometimes there'll be shopping carts spread throughout the parking lot and they'll just be like a shopping cart ghost town. In Germany, that is not the case. You need a coin to access a cart and you also want your coin back. So you have to return the cart to get your coin back. And it's a good system, it's nice, and there's not abandoned.
No need to tell that, you know, because everyone wants their money back, so no need to tell that at all. Everyone will go and put the card back to get their money back, so...
shopping carts everywhere.
And our last point, point number 16, is in Germany, you should not jaywalk.
We ain't in New York City.
Yeah, but we're kind of in Berlin, so let's say you should not, but a lot of people still do it. Although I think the majority of the people kind of follow the rules and they do not jaywalk. You should always cross where the little traffic light is and then only when the green
the man
mannequin,
tells you.
not the red one. And it's not that hardly persecuted, but you can actually get fined if you get caught in the act jaywalking.
Yeah, I understand this one too. It's something good for Germans to follow the rules because they don't have chaos around the places. So, don't jaywalk. Follow the rules and don't be a problem for the society. I like Germans for those kind of rules. Only one rule I didn't like, so...
So the police sees you, gets you, and I don't know how much it is, 5, 10, 20 euros, something like that. So you should not jaywalk in Germany.
So guys, this was my reaction to 16 things you shouldn't do in Germany. I hope you enjoy, leave a like and subscribe.